part where I'm supposed to start? Okay. Welcome to Weymouth Lane, I guess. And, oh, we're already getting started. Okay. No more time for an intro. And, East Weymouth start things off with the home team. The second time in 2 qualifying sessions. Where the home team goes first. Overall, this looks to be a pretty good run. And let's see how it actually comes out in the making of it all. And a 23.56. Yeah, that's pretty decent, I would say, on a track like this. Alright, let's see. Can Sprouse didn't beat that? Wouldn't have high hopes for it knowing them, but we'll see. Now, they're actually putting up a similar time to East Weymouth, so maybe this is just a norm that these marbles will settle for in terms of time. And let's see what they actually put together in the long run. 23.34. Yeah. Alright, let's see. If it was either those first 2 runs being OP, or if this is just a norm in time for, like, all these marbles, and those were just 2 bad runs, then they can actually be beaten. So far, Omeo ain't doing a great job of it. And it doesn't look like they've done too much better here. I think this is going to be worse than both the previous 2 by quite a bit. And yes, 24.38 is that time. Now, Ampang, another one who disappointed in the first round. And they are off. Making quick work of these heg mazes, I guess you could call them, on this track. And they are coming down through, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a very impressive time. Let's see what this slots them. It's definitely going to be 3rd or 4th. It's 4th. And now, Chemnitz. Let's see what they've got for us. So far, it looks pretty decent, I'd say. Makes it through that, no problem. The funnel is usually the killer. And I wonder if it will kill any time that Chemnitz is going to be getting here. And yes, 5th out of 5. Now, Paris, France. Very experienced marble in the Team City League course, not so much in the MGPC, though, so maybe a little bit underwhelming. And Toulouse, underwhelming, yeah, that word perfectly described how they did in the first race. Paris, France. This doesn't look either. The first 2 runs were just OP, or these were just horrible runs, and that's over 25 seconds, putting them in 6 out of 6. So now, Milpitas, if that's even how you say that, comes out now. Oh, getting really hung up there. And there, a little bit, too. This is really not going to be good for Santa Clara. I had no business putting my foot on screen there, but I'm sorry. Anyways, it does not look like it's going to be a good run. I think 7th out of 7 is going to be imminent. And being the first marble out of Key 1 is imminent. Yeah, that appeared like a second before they finished. That is the second. On the top left side of the sport pylon. Now Kirby. See what they can do. Hoping to do any better than that. The runs have only just been getting worse. What can be done here from Retry? Decent angle in the funnel, I suppose. I'm not really sure what can be said here. And 24.60. Actually, I'd say pretty decent. Alright, 2-2. Comes out now that Canberra kind of getting a bad angle of it, but you can still kind of see them on the right side. They get hung up in the white path, almost blending in with it. And I wouldn't say this has been a pretty impressive run either. This has just not been a really impressive run at all. Let's see what place they get. 8th out of 9. And now the final run of those in the first half, and it's not really going to be much of a break for the second half either. Florida comes out now. And they are making very quick work of these 2. Could they be on pace to beat Sprouse in this time? Either them and East Weymouth were just amazing, or just the rest were just complete flops. I think Omeo and Ampang, oh yeah, and Kirby, by the way, they tied with Ampang, so we're really going to go through this again. And 24.21, well, that does put Florida in 3rd. And now Ronnie Curve comes out for Monza. What can be done here? Honestly, this is not looking like much. Let's see, they're already ticked to 15 seconds now. And this is just underwhelming. Let's see if they even beat anybody here. I feel like Milpitas is the only one they can beat now. And yeah, very correct. And that time didn't even show up. It was a 26.49, but yeah, either way, that is pretty much certain to get bumped out here by Kyoto. Let's see what is done here. Oh, a big stall on that path. That is really going to hurt their time. And my foot may have once again gotten its appearance on cam, which is not a good thing, but still, whatever. Just ignore it. Either way, it's not looking good for Kyoto, and they do actually have a chance to make it into Q2, but I have a dark feeling here once Insadong drops in for Seoul that chance is going to be all but washed in one run. Let's see if it is. And Insadong is not looking good. I don't think they're going to even be able to beat Kyoto here. The last two, I had a slim glimmer of hope, and it doesn't even happen for that. They're last place. And out. Top three, by the way, unsurprisingly, they are locked in for Q2. And now Rakha, that's how you pronounce it. It's an L and a T. I know it looks like that, but still. I got that mixed up. In the team's dealing the entire time, and maybe that spoiled the championship a little bit here. Maybe that played a role in them getting 13th at the final event then. Hopefully it didn't. But either way, this is looking like a no-no run, and once again, it's bottom of the board. And now Kaloba. Kalapa, I don't know how you say that, but Mumbai. Alright, let's see. Oh, a humongous stall there. And this is looking very grim for them. These last few runs have been an absolute disaster class. That team's been blundering here, and yep, Koloba is out. And now Harpended. They, as I said in the end of the last video, they won this race last season, so is it going to pay off for them this time? So far, the answer looks like it's going to be a big fat no, but I've not been proven terribly wrong, actually. Is what I'll say. And it doesn't look like that's going to be much of the case here either. And $26.99, that is bottom of the board. Now, Benito comes out. They were also very solid here last season. So let's see if they can, well, I would say match the expectations, but that would be, some people might get confused in me referring to, like, matching the expectations that the other top half teams that have already went just said, which they would not want to do in the slightest bit. So let's see what time they actually get. And they are just shy of the safe zone and tied with Paris, France. Oh my goodness, another one of these. And forgot I did that. Anyways, here comes Seminole, whatever. I'll probably change the name back after this season. And they're looking pretty fast here. Maine was the gainer of 16 positions and the bonus point for that, obviously, in round one. And this looks nothing short of how well they did in the Team City League 2025 showdown. Unbelievable efforts. Oh, wait, no. Well, they're going to be right on the bubble for Q2, and then they have to hope that both California and the last runner Aberdeen do worse. So will they do that? Well, California is looking like they will with a hang-up like that. And it's not looking promising for Q2 in any way, shape, or form. Oh, I said shape. the marble shape. Whatever. And that was actually better than I thought, but still 12th place isn't enough to cut it for Q2. And Aberdeen for the last run here in Q1. What have they got in store for us? Kowloon. It was the GOAT, I would say, of Suzanne. And what will Aberdeen do to round it out? So far, it's not looking like they're making it into Q2, and 13th place won't cut it either. And they are eliminated in Q1. And yeah, Sprouston and East Weymouth, they just had OP runs. The only one to go sub 24 or just sub 23.6 is Sprouston. Sub 23.35. That is unbelievable. And now, no rest for the weary. We're getting ready for Q2 right about here. And there they go. A lot of position changes take place early on. Someone will stuck on the course. So let's see if they get free and not get lapped. Anyways, Sprouston. And mind you, the order after lap 1 ends, once that does, it's not going to update until after lap 2 ends, and then lap 2 to lap 3, same story there. And Chemnitz has the lead over Florida. And East Weymouth in 3rd place, then Paris, France. Then Benito. And then Ampeng and Kirby, and then Omeo. Sprouston went all the way to 9th, and then 7th, unsurprisingly. At the back, will we get a look on the front leaders here? Yes. So far, the camera hasn't really been focused on everywhere, really, except this one place. I mean, maybe it's having a hard time to track everything, which I wouldn't blame it for. Doing this with just one device is hard. Chemnitz has the lead heading to the final lap. Benito in 2nd, East Weymouth in 3rd. It looks like it's going to be between those 3 to qualify for the pole position here. And in the meantime, someone will mix it out of last. Omeo is there now, and it looks like Kirby is getting that spot. But who's actually going to get pole position as we take a look at Florida and Paris, France, fighting for a top 5 starting spot, perhaps. And it's going to be East Weymouth with the home crowd erupts. That was just my best cheering impression. And they take pole position to 9 Chemnitz, and Ampeng will take 3rd. All 3 of those teams, by the way, have just scored their first points of the season, and Sprouston, they have gotten stuck, and yep, and they're going to be pushed by Omeo across the line. What'll happen here? They'll get pushed by Kirby, and that is really about where Q2 will end. And I guess just enjoy the last few seconds so I can actually put the outro song in here, all that stuff. But whatever the case may be, Weymouth have won the pole at home. Unbelievable, I know. And you can say all you want to that, St. Albans. Still won't change the fact that Hardbending qualifies 20th. See, I'm referencing. And referring to, rather, as a better word, to Team City League 2025, and we'll see you in the race tomorrow for round 2. And, the Q2 marbles, they're still there, but until then, bye-bye.